My god, this story has so many things working in synergy trying to piss me off, and it succeeded.
Amen to that, my friend. But before I even get into this one, for the new people, if you like the cultural stuff more, check out a longer video I did about 2 months ago called The Soullessness of Modern Entertainment. I'll link it down below, you might find that one interesting. But anyway, so Starfield, the work of creative impotence that's fueled more than 10% of this channel's growth in the last couple of weeks. Which is not a joke, by the way. Well, either that or just some guy's glaring ignorance. Frankly, I don't know what's more broken, Starfield's gameplay or just some guy's political perspectives. Or Ackman's for that matter. Still, politics is not their expertise, so let's not expect these people to be reading Aristotle between their efforts to avoid wankers cramp, shall we? Anyway, thank you Ash for sharing this glorious gem. I am not loving the latest meme about Starfield's NPC faces. Ah, yes, the memes. The instrument that's produced more tears than citing crime stats or uttering the phrase, "You're still a man." And yes, I'm feeling rather whimsical. So let's crank it up a notch, shall we? Let me explain something about leftism, a TLDR, if you will. Leftism is a dreadful, contradictory mess of a religion, conflicting contortions between ugly, slow, fat, and stupid. Coincidentally, also highly accurate descriptions of those creatures who ascribe to this quite literally godforsaken ideology, fueled by a relentless drive for equality. Anything better, anything superior, greater, grander, richer, works of splendor will instantly cause a revulsion akin to that of a vampire being exposed to the breath of an average Frenchman. Why? Because they suck and they're losers. Leftism is the ideology of the bitter, unaccomplished, and envious. With that being said, you must understand this. These disfigured gremlins exist purely to complain and fuck all else. Their politics require this. Realize then, you have a group of cretins created by this horrid concoction who abhor anything objectively better, which does not exclude other human beings, by the way. They can't appreciate things like regular people like you and I, because they aren't. You are never going to appease them. They exist only to find fault, to bitch, and to destroy. Translation, any arena permeated by these toxic parasites, you are going to breed opposition, driven to blood-curdling hatred with the fury of 1,000 suns. Given this, any desire to seal off, to exclude, to purge, and to eviscerate their influence has the justification of never-ending morally righteous fury. And you have my permission to clip that and post it wherever the hell you damn well please. Why on earth would anyone wish to associate with a clan who look like they use poison dart frogs for a loofah, or have the mental capacities like they lick poison dart frogs for that matter, as is the case with the one who wrote this nonsensical article, who starts off by saying there have been strides made with facial animation, Baldur's Gate, Red Dead Redemption 2 as examples. However, Bethesda was never exactly known for stellar rigging work, ever, as she correctly points out. As a matter of fact, it's been somewhat of a meme for as long as I can remember. But then also claims, oh, the sloppiness wouldn't be so bad if Bethesda's general fanbase wasn't so prone to pointing things out in what feels like very targeted ways. What a journalist we have here, eh? XX, mixed and leftist. Talk about a stacked deck, people. I, however, am male, white, and uber-right, which makes me far more qualified to speak on these matters, as well as using whatever credentials she might have to wipe my shiny ass. So allow me to point out some inconsistencies. Hey Yahtzee, would you mind helping me out here?
They still do that thing where they stand ramrod stiff while talking and never break eye contact, like they're incredibly paranoid that you're going to pick their pocket the moment they look away, which might make sense because I usually do.
Cheers, mate. That was about Fallout 3, 12 years ago. Did any of you dick holsters complain about the melanin count of the piss poorly rigged back then? No, because the industry wasn't quite dominated by a bunch of useless pillocks like yourselves who do nothing but spread rampant misery complaining about the color of pixels on a damn screen. First world problems. But anyway, here is what she means. Now, I don't know about any of you, but I don't really see a problem here. This is the face every leftist makes when you present them with any factual argument that makes them realize they're wrong, cringe, and gay. You didn't want competent creation. No. You wanted ideological rigidity. You didn't want objectively beautiful characters. No. You wanted ideological rigidity. So let me get this straight. We have a gaming company known for not exactly acing the rigging procedure, yet when they apply that same lackluster standard to an influx of your ideological excrement and create pixelated crackheads, your go-to reaction is to cry dog whistle racismus. I mean, I understand why you would think this. Through ideological compulsion, you have no other possible explanation. I listed your faults just a few moments ago, but my goal here is to mock, belittle, and ridicule, even if it is just shooting fish in a barrel. With a minigun, at point-blank range, And props to any of you who remembers that reference, it's been quite a while. Keep in mind, this ludicrously thin-skinned bint pointed out that she feels uncomfortable that the modding community doesn't share her worldview. The modding community, which alters details and makes changes to single-player games that she can't even see beyond a damn screenshot. Uncomfortable, all because people race-swapped Vivian from Dragon Age. Because when you have an RPG set in a time of castles, it makes perfect sense to have the most well-spoken aristocratic woman in damn near the entire game come from a place where they've yet to invent the wheel. God forbid you want the game to look accurate to a time period and the characters not look like box-ticking twats designed to appease a bunch of whiny half-wits whose only goal is to spread misery like a goddamn cancer cell. To bitch about a lack of representation both in the production staff and the characters. To complain about beauty standards, two things that have become hallmarks of your decrepit worldview. Visible markers to any consumer that any project drowning in these variables are riddled with the poison that is your bullshit ideology. And then somehow they act surprised when they find out the ingredients that is the curse of equality produces nothing but sinfully ugly piles of wank. To then state this is contributing to racial bias that certain types of gamers already nurse. No, bitch! It is because your bullshit ideology has baptized anything that isn't Euro right wing, more often completely against their will, and stolen their visible forms to be used as cannon fodder for your piss-poor political ambitions to impose upon the world a nightmarishly stupid attempt at utopian idealism coupled with a delusional smug sense of moral superiority. You and your ilk have made anyone that isn't the right type of Euro into porn synonymous with tediously dull lackluster quality. In case this isn't self-evident, well, it probably wouldn't be for you, your head's up your ass far enough to get teabagged by your own tonsils. This is not desirable or popular with anyone or anything outside the cult of Cali. I can't even fathom the concept of being so weak, so brittle, so fragile that you would confess to the world at large that what other people do to modify their private property somehow upsets you. To admit that what makes you uncomfortable is other people that don't think like you do. That is a pathetic excuse for a human being. I don't know what's more shameful, that being true or you lying about it because you scrape a living by being a whinging git. And you all damn well know this. They're secretly delighted when they see anything not PC because they can start shilling for shinies. If no-go Euros look awful, oh, that's racismus. If they look great, then, oh, you're fetishizing them. If only the pale ones shine, then, oh, it's reinforcing Euro supremacy and their unrealistic standard of beauty. Case in point this. This is not to race bait or meme you depressing gargoyle, this is to show which title has the superior modeling. Heaven's sake, it's listed under artwork with the title Keep Playing Baldur's Gate 3, but no. All you can see is race because you're a deranged, ideologically possessed psychopath, and we can prove it. Watch this. Explain that. 2023 inferiority, 2010 vastly superior 13 years ago. Again, it is your ideology. If people see any piece of media, the less diverse it is, the more homogeneous and pure it might be. And so the people will gravitate towards it because it is a signal that screams, we have not bowed to the cult of Cali, and this has the potential to be a diamond in a sea of scorched coal. You have birthed this reaction. I have it on good authority as well. This is not some 4D chess move to instill some ideas of supremacy on the slide by associating anything else with poor quality and failure. No. They don't actually understand. This is a repeating pattern associated with their own actions. I don't think these morons have ever sat down and thought, pumping a game full of the ugliest diverse cast possible might signal we don't actually respect diversity all that much.
No shit!
Either way, recognize what these creatures actually are. They're not gaming journalists. No. They're trying to be amateur social engineers masquerading as gaming journalists. And you know why, right? It is because deep down they're upset seeing themselves actually represented in anything. Hollowed and useless products of procedural generation, the manifestation of their hideousness both inside and out, culminating in the realization they have nothing to offer the world, not even something to look at. Good lord, go outside, touch grass, and get a fucking life. Cheers for watching, and once again, I apologize for nothing.